Yeah. 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 You.
Come on.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Having a little technical difficulties out here. You understand? Ain't no thing though. We gonna get right back to it. We gonna just keep on jamming. Whatever happens, we just gonna keep on jamming.
Come on.
So, yeah, we got it. We just gonna keep on jamming. Yeah, we got it. Hey, look, we gonna just go ahead on where we picked where we was at. Let's go to what was it, John 15 and 9?
We was in verse 10, sir.
Let's go back to 9.
Come on. John chapter 15, verse 9. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love.
Look, if ye keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love. Meaning that's very conditional, man. And it takes work. And like I was explaining before, love is not a feeling, man. Your feelings are fickle. So love is a duty.
Right.
It's an oath. It's a commandment. Look, your marriage won't last long if you're going off of feelings, man.
Right.
And when you lie with that woman, you make an oath to her, never to leave her, to forgive her, and to be down with her, man. And this is the thing. If you going off of feelings, man, you could love her in the morning and goddamn despise the way she brush her teeth at night.
Come on.
Your feelings are fickle, man. That's why you have to not only go by an oath, but you and that woman, you have to be doing good works, man. Bringing about fruit. Let's read on, man.
Even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love.
You see? Christ had to keep the Father's commandment. Why? To prove himself. He did it. We can do it. Because that's love. Love is not going to church and playing some music and claiming you getting the Holy Spirit. Look, they play the music low and then they hit the notes real high. So you get that fit. That's the same thing they do at R&B concerts, man.
Right.
The same exact thing they do at love ballad concerts, man. The way they bring down the music and pick it up because it's all about feeling. It's all about the moment. Look, man, love don't always feel good, bro.
Right.
See, love can break you in half. Believe me, I know personally. Love can break you in half, brother.
Good.
Somebody who love you is going, number one, always tell you the truth.
Right.
Whether that truth be favorable or unfavorable. But the oath you make, the promises you keep, that's what keeps your marriage intact. That's what keeps brotherhood intact. Read on.
Verse 11. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full.
So that your joy may be full, and that it may remain in you, man. This is the oath you take to keep these commandments and to keep that love strong. Without that oath, there is no love. Without those promises, there is no love, brother. All you gonna do is smoke weed together.
Right.
You know, you love the weed, man, right? Yo, you showed up right on time, yo. I love you, yo.
Good.
You love the weed, man, right? That's a feeling. That's a feeling. That feeling is fickle. As soon as he has some garbage, man, why you sell me this garbage, man? Then you ready to kill him. You see? As soon as you don't pay him the $5 that you owe him, the next time you hit him up or whatever, first is all love when he collecting the money, then you ain't got all the money straight, then it's all death. That's what's happening out in these streets, man.
Right.
You gotta understand what love is, man. Read on.
Verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another.
This is what?
This is my commandment.
This is my commandment. You are under commandments, under the rule of the Most High, to love each other, man. That is a commandment. And when you accept this commandment, you make an oath. It's the same oath we took in the UPK. To love each other, man. We don't always have to like each other, but I do have a responsibility because of that oath to go to that brother and to work it out. You know why? Because we both have the same oath, we're both moving in the same direction, and we're bearing fruit together.
Right.
We're not gonna want to stop bearing that fruit, man. We're doing good works together. You can't go into a relationship of love and trust with evil works, man. You robbing brothers, you selling dope, you stealing this, you murdering that. There is no loyalty in you. There's no love in you. You don't love that brother if you're doing evil works with him. Whether it be your woman, your man's, your cousin, your son, your daughter, if you're doing evil works with them, you don't love them. Regardless of what your feelings say, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
That ye love one another as I have loved you. Christ chose us. He chose us. He chose us to represent us. That's right. He represents us. Christ is a mediator between God and the children of Israel. I mean, I can get that precept if you want it, but I think you know it. He represents us. And because of that duty, because of that oath, he has a sense of empathy for us, man. Something that goes deeper than just, I like you and I feel good about you. This oath is something that he has to fulfill with works. That's his duty, man. That's his duty. That's love. From the Father. Read on.
Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this.
Greater love hath no man than this. Listen close. Read.
That a man lay down his life for his friends.
Good night. A man lie down his life for his friends. That's duty. That's a duty. This ain't, nigga, I feel something for you. This is a duty. Because you took on something when you took on that person as a friend. You took on that brother for love, for honor, and for duty, man. And that goes deeper than any feeling, brother. This is a duty that you have to fulfill. You understand? If I'm angry at one of my brothers, I know already because of my oath and my duty that I have to go to him and deal with that situation. I can't hide it from him. I can't hold enmity. I gotta go to him and tell him. And that takes bravery, man. That takes courage. But when you have a real friend and you understand what real love is, you don't need a whole lot of courage to do that. Because you know that this is how this relationship got to play out and work out. And we got to continue these good works. Read on.
Verse 14. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
Ye are my friends. Read.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
If ye do whatsoever I command you. That's conditional. That is absolutely conditional, man. We're just walking up on the street and yo, I love you, man. Love you, my nigga. Look, check this out. Christ was on the streets of Rome, Thessalonica, Galatia, wherever, healing folk, man. Healing brothers. And I can see and picture in my mind brothers saying, yo, I love you, bruh. Things like, I roll with you, bruh. Me and my boy. You the man, bruh. I'm trying to tell you. And then guess what? Pontius Pilate walks out and say, who you want to go free? The murderer Barabbas or Christ? All of them that was out there talking about they was friends, they was rolling with Christ, he was healing, it was all good, was the first ones to say Barabbas. Because there was no oath there. There was no oath there, man. But you see, the brothers that had the oath, that were serious about it, and laid forward, they carried on them good works after Christ. All right, where we at? What verse we in?
Verse 15, sir.
And I'm going to tell you this. Even at the lowest point, the most torturous point of Christ's death, he told the Father to forgive them. Because they're blind and they're ignorant. And in their ignorance, only in their ignorance they've done this. That's no greater love.
Right.
That is no greater love right there. And I can imagine the betrayal. And who was it that betrayed Christ? Filthy Negroes. Who was it that afflicted Christ? The same man that's afflicting us right now.
Right.
Where there is no love in them. There is no oath in them. You think they marching out here in the streets for Negroes to have better lives? There's no oath in them to love you. Because certain things would be done if you were violated. There is no love. So there can be no empathy. That's why the police are waiting for you to do something, praying that you do something, so they have an excuse to murder you. They just need the smallest of excuses. The same people that murdered Christ is the same ones that murder us out in the street every day today. wicked evil Negroes, and wicked white folks with no empathy, man. And we want to show a couple of things of how they cannot possibly have friendship and love and brotherhood towards black people. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. No matter how much the marching, no matter how much the crying, the twerking, and the line dancing, and the holding hands, and the clowning, it ain't never going to happen. Ain't nothing going to change. It can't change. Because what we don't understand is police brutality, aggressive policing, that's a small piece of the puzzle. That's not even the linchpin of our affliction and our oppression. It's spiritual. We got to look at it as being spiritual. All right? These folks have had 400 years of seeing the atrocities done to black people, man. They saw the lynchings and the hangings back in the 18th century, man, the 19th century. They saw all that. The rapings and the feeding to alligators. They saw all that, man. They knew that. The sexual exploitations, man. The breeding of black people. The dissecting and experimenting on black people. Pushing diseases in black people. Putting dope in black people's neighborhoods. It's been going on for centuries, man. You think they changed in a day? There's no oath. But we think the law is going to save us, right? What's the new laws, Natasha, about no chokehold, right? They say we want to ban the chokehold. Chokehold already banned. What is you talking about? Wouldn't make a damn difference anyways. They still murder us every day in the street. Because we don't know what love is. We don't know how to love. We don't know who to love. Period. We take no oaths with each other. Why I gotta love you just because you black? Because I'm the only one you can have a covenant with by God. I'm the only one you can make an oath with by God to love, to have empathy for. Taking all the feelings out of the way. This is my duty. The Lord said it's a commandment. He's commanding you to love one another. Is he talking about the whole world? No. No. He's talking about his people, man. All Christ wanted was for you Negroes to take a vow and to love each other properly. That's all he wanted. For you Negroes to love each other properly so we can get this world in order, man. Read on.
Verse 15. Henceforth, I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends.
A servant knows not what his Lord doeth. You understand? Look, you might come out here on these streets and you kicking it with a brother. You don't know what he did last week. You just don't know. He ain't telling you because he don't love you. You understand? Read it again.
Henceforth, I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth.
Servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. Read on.
But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
Look, everything he's done and heard of his Father, he's made known unto us. That love, that oath that he took, that duty to follow in the works of the Lord and the fruits of the Lord he brought to us and gave to us. And that's why we should do it, regardless of the way we feel. All right, let's get, oh, go ahead, man. What's up, you got a question?
What did duty mean?
What do duty mean? Duty is something that you have to do. All right? It's your reason for existing in life. You ever heard the game Call of Duty? The game where the army men are shooting up? Their duty is towards the United States of America. They have been called to serve and to protect the United States of America. Well, all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have been called to do the fruitful works of the Lord. That's your duty, your whole duty in life. Give me the end of the matter.
Ecclesiastes.
Is it the whole duty in life, or
Man.
The whole deal, man.
the whole duty of man? Give me, that's it. That's it. Give me that. That's a good question, young warrior. And we get ready to get it for you now.
I know it.
It is.
Ecclesiastes.
Look, your duty is a moral obligation. It's a moral obligation, a deep-rooted obligation
13.
to do what you need to do. All right? Y'all find that precept for me?
Come on, sir. Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Is the AC on here? No, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Right?
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is the conclusion of the whole matter. This is your duty, your moral and legal obligation. Read.
Fear God.
To what?
Fear God.
To fear God, meaning this. You ain't got to be afraid of no man with a gun. You ain't got to be afraid of oppression and exploitation. I'm sorry, I'm talking to you, man. So, like, look, you don't have to be afraid of what anybody else is thinking of or going to do to you. You have to fear God. And the reason why you have to fear the Most High God is because he can kill your body and your soul. You understand? He can put you in a place that you don't want to be in. And following his commandments will give you life, lead you to good works. You understand? Your family will have a good life. Your father will be safe. You understand? Your children will be safe. Your mommy, your cousins will be safe if you do the work of the Lord, the good works and the fruits of the Lord. Read on.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
And what?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's your duty. Your duty is to keep his commandments. And in that duty, Christ is talking about that first commandment was to love your brother. What was that? Was that 15 and
5.
This new commandment I give to you? Well, we ain't got to go back there. But that new commandment was to love one another, to love your brother. So in following his commandments, Christ wants you to love one another with duty, with conviction, with an oath. You understand? I know I'll be using some crazy words. I need some help. I'm just like, all right, let's get that video, man. Look, when you have love for your brother and you take an oath in the UPK, right? What was the brother named Rashad Brooks?
Come on.
Rashad Brooks talked about the legal system and his experiences in the legal system. Now I understand why he tried to break away from them cops. Now I get it. I get that the brother had been so exploited and so emasculated in his family and all of his life, trying to get a job with a record. You understand? Trying to deal with probation officers. He knew when they were locking him up, they could have just said, walk home to your sister's house. The brother was intoxicated, drunk, probably. Imagine what he was dealing with. And now, first of all, the brother wasn't even driving. They told him to drive and to pull over here. The brother wasn't even driving. That's number one. They could have just let him walk on over his sister's house and he would have learned from that experience. But because they are unable and incapable of making an oath of love and empathy for any black man, y'all, look, they are incapable of empathy, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you with live video. I'm gonna show you the difference in how they deal with a black man and how they deal with their own people.
Right.
All right? So you can truly understand what love is. And that if we don't love each other, goddamn, we doomed. We doomed, man. The answer is not loving white people and white people coming around. It's loving black people and black people coming around to loving black people.
Right.
Let's get that video, man. Let's find out about this brother, man. This brother, when you take an oath to love black people, good night, man. You didn't understand how this brother was feeling, what he was going through. Now, this is a tape from him talking about the legal system before he was killed. You got that ready?
Okay.
Yeah, let's play that.
Some of the system could, look at us as individuals. We do have lives, it's just a mistake we made, and, not just do us as if we are animals.
I think it's really sort of eerie to hear Rashard in his own voice talk about not being treated like an animal, and then to see sort of these images and to see the video from the very beginning.
That's good. Look, what the brother is saying here is that he feels so emasculated, man. He doesn't feel like a man. He feels like he's being treated like an animal by this society. Living in a black neighborhood that cannot help him. He got a record now. Now he gotta go beg white people for a job, the same people who are so ruthless in prosecuting him. He can't go to his brother, a person that looks like him, and say, brother, I just need a break. I just need a job. Have some type of mercy on me, man. We got to depend on mercy from an absolute monster, man,
Right.
who is incapable of ever giving mercy. So now, you find him in a situation where he's trying to stay out of jail, trying to work for his family. He got kids. What, he had 4 kids? I believe he had like 4 kids. Right?
I don't even know.
And in his mind, his kids, man, I can't even take care of them right. And no doubt, his woman was on his back. I can't say for sure, but in 60-70% of households, that woman is on your back, man. You ain't paying no bills around. You don't even make enough to pay no bills around here. What about these kids? Look, I felt this brother's pain when they started putting them cuffs on him and he understood the ramifications of what was about to happen. They was about to violate his probation, take his driver's license. He won't be able to work no more. Because, of course, he can't drive. You understand? They're going to violate his probation and prosecute him, of course, to the fullest percent of the law, but he wasn't even driving. You can't even say he was driving drunk because he was asleep in the car. So you can't even charge him with that. You understand? Unless you take into the account where the police gave him a directive to drive.
God.
Now you going to charge me with drinking and driving when you gave me a directive to drive drunk?
Right.
So, well, no matter what I do, I'm breaking the law. Should that brother have resisted? No. But can every black man not understand the frustrations, the stress, and the exploitation that this brother was under? If you took a vow in the ISUPK, you would understand that. You would understand love. You would understand forgiveness. You understand?
Right.
Did that brother need to be murdered? No. Was he murdered? Absolutely. He was shot in the back. There was no direct threat. He had a taser that had already been discharged twice. He was drunk. I'm going to show you a contrast. All right? Get that video of the white murderer.
White murderer.
I think it's the last one. Look at the white man come out naked.
Come on, cuz.
He's a murderer. No, Salaki, not that. There's two before that. There's a white man that came out with a knife, thrashing at police officers, and they didn't shoot him. I think it's like maybe the third one over. White man with knife.
Oh, come on,
See what I'm saying? Let's just play that. I'm gonna show you the distinct contrast between the way they treat you and the way they treat a brother. I'm Salaki, and the way they treat their own people, because there is a difference. If you think that they're going to treat you the way they treat them, you're insane. Because I think what black people are marching and protesting for is for white people to treat us like they treat white people.
Oh, God.
It ain't going to happen. It's impossible. Play the video, brother.
Watch out. Put it down now. Put down the knife. Spray! Put it down! 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 Put down the knife! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Get on the floor! Get on the floor!
You're under arrest for possession of a offensive weapon. Okay. Attempted wounded on ourselves. Okay. And threats to cause criminal damage. Yeah, okay.
Surely he has 15 bullets in him. Surely. You can switch it back over.
Good.
So, he's not dead. Did he die, Alizai?
Lie.
What happened, Alizai? They took him in peacefully, right?
Good.
Now, after he stabbed towards,
Good.
came towards, lunged at, And look, there's a million other videos. So this is not just a one-time thing. That knife is a lethal weapon. There's arteries in your body that you can nick, that someone can nick, and even modern day surgeons can't unnick. You understand? Yeah, go ahead.
If I could, I got a homeboy that was in the world. He got killed. He got stabbed on Baltimore Street in his leg and died.
Mm-hmm.
Stabbed in his leg.
That's right. In your leg, you have a femoral artery. That artery is right a little bit down from the knee. They nick that artery, and that artery ain't unnicked in about, I believe, it's less than 2 minutes. You're a dead man. You're going to pump out right there. So this man was lethally armed, and police did not take the shot. Look, we had the Baltimore City task force, gun task force, that was running around with BB guns to plant on brothers so they could get the green light. I was talking to Matazabai earlier about the green light. You know what I'm saying? The green light is, if you got a green light, take it. So when Rashad turned around with that, not only was it a non-lethal stun gun, it had already been discharged. So it couldn't even stun him at all. You understand? Go ahead now.
And it was theirs, right?
It was theirs.
So they like it was their stun gun. So
It was their stun gun.
You know?
They already knew. And the stun gun didn't even work on him. So now it don't even have a cartridge in it. But you know what is the proofer? After he shot the brother in the back, and the brother was on the ground, he walked over and he kicked him. Kicked him. And we the first that will say, well, that's racism. He was a racist, a bad apple. He wasn't a bad apple. Whether he's a racist or not is irrelevant. We don't even understand that. Whether an individual white man is a racist or not is absolutely irrelevant to the conversation. America is racist. The Constitution is racist. The laws are racist. The society, the culture, the religion is racist.
Right.
Not only is it racist, brother, it is barbaric. It is inhumane. For us to continue to validate an inhumane society by trying to join it is in itself insane. All right, now, not only did they keep the brother, but the other cop put his foot on the brother so he could not breathe. They was going to make sure that he didn't make it. Why? Because he dared to use his superior strength to swat a fly. And they felt that their power had been challenged. How could a weak little pink have us so subjugated? It's spiritual. It's spiritual. They can't deal with us on a physical realm. The Lord ain't with us. And why is the Lord not with us? The brother read it earlier. If you keep my commandments, we won't even love each other. We won't even make an oath to love each other. 50% of our marriages end up in divorce. Why? Because you never loved her. You hated her and you used her for sex and for a feeling that you needed at the moment, and then you discarded her because you're weak.
Right.
Because we're weak. Instead of making an oath to love her and stay with her, guide her. Contrast. Oh, you had something? Go ahead.
It's like, so what you were saying was heavy too, and it's crazy because when our strength is superior to them, so when they deal with us and they murder us, it's like big game hunting to them.
Yeah.
It's like the black man is Cecil the Lion to them, you know.
Right,
and even though they know they're going to get arrested, they know that this government is going to fight and for them. So it's like it's a reward that they get by hunting us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A satisfaction. I got him. I got that monster in the alley that I'm so afraid of. I got him. You right about that, priest. Ain't nothing I can say about that. Contrast. That was a brother. All right? Brother handcuffs behind his back. He was at what, a Walmart? Brother handcuffed. Get that for me, Alice. I'll load that up. The brother, it might be the second one or the third one. It might be the second one. But the brother is handcuffed. I think his name is, what was his name? It talks about
Ariel McGee.
Ariel McGee was put in handcuffs and searched down at a Walmart. Ariel McGee decided to run. And of course, you cannot run from the Corona cops. You can't do it. Running is a challenge of their power. They're either going to beat you or murder you, either or. And I can navigate you through this video, but it's graphic, it's disgusting, man. And this brother posed no threat whatsoever to these officers, man. Now, you can see where this brother was searched down, patted down, and put in handcuffs. He had no weapons on him at all. We're going to pick it up there. He's handcuffed behind his back now. Go ahead and play that video, brother.
Okay.
I don't think it has any sound.
I don't have some.
Huh? Oh, no sweat. You got it over there?
Come.
All right. So the brother is handcuffed, and you can see where the police officer turns his camera for a slight second after he murders the brother, while the other police officer goes into his waistband and pulls out a gun. Now, mind you, the police officers in the Walmart fully checked the brother before they put the handcuffs on him. He's handcuffed behind his back. How can he retrieve a gun and then put it in his waistband? Or point it at them?
Theoretically, my only job today is to keep my kids alive and clean the house and find a plumber. So I use thumbtack to hire whoever I need.
Just kill the sound here. So how can a brother point a gun at a police officer handcuffed behind his back? They said that he was a threat, handcuffed behind his back because he had a gun. Somebody gotta help me understand this. This right here is insane. This is some insanity right here. The brother pointed the gun. Mind you, he's handcuffed completely behind his back. We know he's handcuffed because they handcuffed him in the Walmart. He was handcuffed when they shot him to death. He was handcuffed when they came to his body. The only thing we don't see is the couple of seconds after the brother is gunned down, because the camera mysteriously turns. And then you see another police officer pulling a handgun out of his waistband. How are you going to be handcuffed behind your back, already checked with no weapons, but you get outside, you not only have a weapon that they claim you were pointing at them with the cuffs behind your back, but somehow that same long handgun gets stuffed in your waistband on the front side.
Oh, God.
At some point, we got to wake up. We gotta wake up, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. These people cannot obtain any level of love from us, man. Matter of fact, get back in these scriptures. Give me a time check.
8:25.
Salakia, time just fly, man. Where's my Bible? Go back. Matter of fact, go back to John 13. Did we do John 13 and 34? Did we John 13 and 34? And we just going, we gonna show up on the last scripture we just got down with.
You ready for this, sir?
Come. Matter of fact, start at 33 so we can know who he talking about.
John chapter 13, verse 33.
What color the letters, brother?
Red.
All right, we talking about this Christ talking. This is Christ talking. Shut your damn mouth and listen. Read.
Little children, yet a little while I am with you.
Why does the Lord call us little children? Because he gotta guide us. What does a parent do? Parent guides. He teaches, he tells. All right? Read.
Ye shall seek me. And as I said unto the Jews, whither I go, ye cannot come.
As I said unto who?
The Jews.
The who?
The Jews.
The who?
The Jews.
The niggas. All right? So we know he's talking about the niggas. Salakia. All right? The Jews. Read on.
Whither I go, ye cannot come.
Read.
So now I say to you.
So I say to you. Read.
Verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you.
A what?
A new commandment I give unto you.
A new commandment I give unto the Jews. Read.
That ye love one another.
That ye what?
That ye love one another.
That ye love one another. We just went over love. Love is an oath. It is a duty. It is a duty for me to love you. What's the duty? And even the young brother figured out, God dang, that's a powerful word. What is duty? We had to go all into the definition of duty, man. A moral, a legal obligation. We had to go into that, man. Because when you come into the UPK, you have a moral, a legal obligation to love that brother, which means you got to forgive him. Which means even if you don't feel good about him that day, that oath you have to uphold.
Come.
You got to make sure he's straight, he right, he eat. Even if you don't eat. But we so selfish and retarded. Read on, man.
That ye love one another.
And ye love one another. Love is the oath, man. It's the oath, not the feeling. Your feelings are fickle, relative to what mood you're in today. What milligram of Percocet you done took? How much weed you done smoked? That's your feelings, man. Your feelings are nothing. Your feelings betray you. But your oaths, your promises, the promises that you make and that you keep is what define friendship and love. Damn. Read on.
That ye love one another as I have loved you.
As I have loved you. Love is an action. You have to act. It's not just a feel. A feel good. Yo, let's go. You my nigga. Let's go rob this spot. Let's get rid of it. Look, you're not going to take a brother to go somewhere to rob with you if you love him.
Right.
Because if you love him, you're going to do good works that produce fruit. And in that fruit and in those good works lies the bonds of friendship and the unbreakable bonds of love. That's love. I show you love between brothers. I show you love between brothers. Where we at?
Verse 34, sir.
All right, finish up there.
As I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
And ye also love one another. How has Christ loved us? How did Christ love us? With action. With that, you had something?
I was about to say the same thing, sir.
With action. He laid down his life for his friends. He did it with action. But you did. Do you follow his commandments? If you don't love him. Stop saying I have a personal relationship with God. I got a personal relationship. That's disgusting, man. I have a personal relationship with God. What's God's favorite animal? I don't know. Who's God's favorite people? I don't know. What's God's favorite city? I don't know. How do you love God? I don't know. It's a feeling. I know I love who I love. God loved my heart.
Right.
My heart, because he knows what's in my heart. I don't follow no commandments. I'm not a morally grounded person. I don't love no goddamn body. My mouth goes off at the flick and drop of the dime. I'm so goddamn selfish, I can't even see no goddamn body. But I love God and he understands what's deep down in my heart. Go ahead, Al.
Not to mention, sir, like, God is a man of war, you feel me? So to have a personal relationship with him is rather gay.
It's rather very gay. The wilder, very gay. You good? You had something else?
No, I just want to bring it up, sir.
Officer Ramot?
Just to piggyback off of what he said, like, you would not say you had a personal relationship with no other man.
Right?
Like I'm not gonna say I got a personal relationship with my homeboy. That's my homeboy. That's
Word,
man,
word,
word. Like,
right.
you're not, it just sounds gay. Like,
Word.
I got a personal relationship with another man. Like, come on, man.
Sounds European.
You damn right. You damn right. Because everybody think that a relationship of love is a feeling. Is the way I feel about you. I got a good feeling about you, bro. That's gay. That's gay. You understand? The hell with my feelings, man. The hell with I think. I got a duty to take care of you in this. That's that. And I'm going to fulfill my duty and my oath. One more. Let's get, dang. What was that? All right, we got the brother. We got the brother that was killed with his hands behind it, ridiculous, with his hands behind his back. So let's get into black love, man. Let's get into straight up black love. Straight up black love, and I'm gonna show you how much the Christian church is misled us. Give me first. Let me get First Samuel's. Let me get 1 Samuel 18 and let's get 18 and 1. Let's 1 Samuel and 18, man. Let's get down. Hey, Ramon. Oh, wow.
1 Samuel, chapter 18, verse 1. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David.
That the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, man. Meaning they was on one accord, man. They was on one accord. And look, I've heard different, Egyptian, seed in the mouth Negroes talk about that David's love of Jonathan was somehow gay.
God, I heard that.
This is the strongest love that has ever been on the earth. This is nigger love right here, man.
Right.
This is brotherly love. This is because we don't have much. We'll give each other everything, man. This is, I'm going to take care of my brother like he's my own son. I'm going to take care of my brother. I'm going to fulfill this oath if it's the last goddamn thing that I do. This is Jonathan and David, man. This is masculine, man. This is real, straight up affinity for another brother, man. This is real, straight up love. This is what I got. This is all that there is, man. It's just me and you. This is all that there is. And everything I got is yours. Like, this is insane. Read on, brother.
And Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
Jonathan loved David as his own soul, man. I understand what that is, man. You know what I'm saying? I love my own son more than myself. I love my own brothers more than myself. It's better for you to do it to me than it is to do it to my brothers, man.
Right.
It's better for you to do that. It's better for you to come slap me in the mouth, man, before you slap one of my brothers. Brother, it's just better that way, man. Because of the type of affinity that I have and the type of oath that I believe in, man. Read on, brother.
Verse 2. And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house. Verse 3. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant.
Jonathan and David made a covenant. Here you go, young man. This where you at. This what you was talking about, right? Jonathan and David made a covenant. All right? They made an oath with each other. They said, we're going to ride or die with each other. See, but this is the difference between David's and Jonathan's oath. To every Negro in this wicked world's oath to ride or die with each other. I'm going to ride or die for the nation of Israel.
Right.
For my brothers, for my people. My allegiance lies with my people. I'm going to give them what I did not have, peace and security. David built a nation. David built a nation so vast and so rich in fact for his brethren. For his brethren. He prayed for his brethren. He loved his brethren, man. He gave his life of service and duty. That's what you were talking about, duty, right? When you give your life to the service of your people. That's your duty. Read on, brother.
Because he loved him as his own soul.
Good night. Good night. Jonathan loved David like his own soul. He would rather for David to be reborn in this earth than him. We talking about soul. We ain't talking about on the physical realm. We talking about immortality when you talk about soul. You know what I'm saying, Matazaba?
Come on, sir.
You talking about immortality, man. Matazaba, you brought your son back into this earth.
Come.
He gonna bring you back into this earth.
Come.
Jonathan had that affinity of the soul with David. You understand?
Come.
Just like you gonna protect your son, your seed, because you know, unlike the majority of Negroes on the street, that boy gonna bring you back into this earth.
Come.
You understand?
Come.
Jonathan had that level of affinity for his brother. That's deep. That is, brother, that is even rare in the realms of the one body that's so deep, man. It's like, I want you back on this earth before me. Now, read on, brother.
Verse 4. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him.
He stripped himself of the robe, read.
And gave it to David.
Gave it to David, read.
And his garments.
And his garments, read.
Even to his sword.
Even down to his sword, read.
And to his bow.
Good night. You understand what this is saying? Every goddamn thing I got is yours. Every damn thing I got. My sword, I will defend you. I will die for you. My clothes, I will clothe you and I will nourish you. Christians don't understand a goddamn thing about the Bible, man. Go ahead, Al.
It's like you're saying, you got to be in the UPK to understand this, because
you gotta be.
Outside of here, they think that this was like something homosexual. You see what I'm saying?
Homosexual, right.
But if a brother, you come in here and the brother give you his garment, you feel me? He's giving you a gift amongst gifts. You see what I'm saying?
He passing you down something of strength and of value and of worth.
Come.
He's saying that you're worth something.
Come.
Come on. You can't give them too much, man. They don't understand.
Come on, sir.
They can't understand righteous love, commitment. I can't. Come on, man. Come on, man. Verse. It's almost 9 o'clock. Now we gonna cut that right there.
Come on.
What time is it?
8:43.
15 minutes. Hold on. Anybody got any questions? Anything online? Check the phones. You go over to the phones real quick. Check that. Damn. All right, let's get First Samuel's. No, let's get Matthew's 18 and 21. Let's get that real quick. We gonna end off and there was one more video I wanted to show. One more video I wanted to show. Let's get that white man real quick. That white man was naked. I think it's the last one, Alizai. You see what I'm saying? The last one. It was this white man that had just murdered, was it a man, woman, and child?
Come.
God damn. God. Man, woman, and child. You can't get no more dangerous than that, Ramah.
Come on, son.
What else you need to do to be dangerous, Ramah? Be a black man, right? Be a black man with a cell phone. Or his hand pointed like this, right? Oh, Salaki. You can't be more dangerous than this. Not only did he murder, he went out there and choked a pedestrian in front of the police, and the police would not even restrain him, let alone shoot him. A black man would have been shot in half of a second. He out there naked. And people say, well, he was mentally ill. You think Rashad wasn't? After being exploited and abused for years, and now he think he being sent back to prison and breaking his probation, not able to take care of his kids, he might rather be dead. That's a mental illness. But you can't feel empathy for Rashad. And them Africans, boy, they want us dead.
God.
They feel like it is completely justified for white people to murder us the way that they do. Like, these Africans don't realize that you are here because Negroes died. Look, whites only don't mean except for Africans. There was somebody that died for you to have the privilege to even come here. But we have to hear the comment of the African. We must hear the Africans.
Right.
Does anybody in here listen to Africans?
Live.
Raise your hand, please. You know, the African must give his opinion on the debauchery of black society. When black people in this country invented everything, from jazz to rock and roll to country, and I can name a list of inventions that black people have created, from eye surgery to cell phones to goddamn gaming systems. Africans have produced and created nothing. What advice can you give Negroes? There's more Negro millionaires in New York than there is the whole of the goddamn Congo.
Damn.
I've heard Africans talk about, well, our affliction was colonialism. No. No, colonialism is not in the Bible. Slavery is, enslavement. Your children being taken. All right? Your identity being taken. Every African knows who he is. A Igbo, a doo-doo, a shit, or whatever it is. So like, they know who the hell they is, man. We are not African. We need to split from not only Africans and white folks, we need to understand how to love and who to love. Christ is talking about to love Israelites, Jews. We went over that. He's not talking about love every damn body. He doesn't care about every damn body. He don't want to do violence to every damn body. He wants Negroes to love Negroes. That's what he wanted then. That's what he wants now. You had something else?
What you bringing out is so heavy. So many black people want to claim African, but you have so many Edomite countries taking the knee and protesting. Name one country in Africa that did that. Not one. At least I haven't seen.
They have no inward empathy, and they don't have to. White people, right now, saying Black Lives Matter, it is a, give me a word, it's a fad statement. It's a fad.
They say it's cat. You feel me?
It's what?
It's cat.
It's cat?
Come.
What that mean?
No, come on,
Like, it's phony. You feel me? Like,
Oh, I'm old, bro.
And that's so heavy what you just said.
Right.
I posted that like everything everybody know, whatever's hot in the black community, white people want it is a trend. So Black Lives Matter is
A trend. That's it.
You know,
That's
it's a
it.
trend right
It's a
now.
trend.
So they don't give a damn about Black lives.
Right.
They didn't give a fuck about flogging.
It's a
following
trend. Right.
You know?
Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Watch your mouth, bro. Damn. Always cussing and what's wrong with you?
No discipline.
Somebody, right. Somebody tell the general something. No, be good. Look, and that's how it is. Look, Africans are not going to be looked at as being racist because everybody thinks that we are them. So they're not going to be held to any standards of talking about Negroes and downing Negroes when look, nothing comes from Africa but flies. So, give me a time check.
8:51.
Y'all saying all kinds of dirty things. Y'all racist. Come on, man. I gotta go. I'm gonna tell the general about all y'all. And all y'all in council, man. Y'all racist. Look. Hold up.
You want the video?
Was that the... We didn't play the video?
Nah.
See, man, y'all got issues. All right, all y'all come on, man. Play the video. All this time. Good night.
Salaki.
Come on, man.
Matthew Bernard was suspected of murder, but it's not known why. He stripped off all of his clothes and ran into the streets. An officer used mace to try to stop Bernard, but he kept on running straight at Lloyd Galden in the church parking lot.
I was just saying, good Lord, get me out of it, and I was fighting him as much that I could.
Bernard then took off down the road where he was stopped by officers working with a police dog.
Dog ran away.
So on that, I need to, so you got a white man just absolutely as a blatant disregard for not only law, but the safety of pedestrians and police officers. And this is not a call for a brother being asleep in a car, correct? It's not a call for a brother barbecuing on the side of the road. This is a call that a man has committed a triple murder. Those white police officers made sure not to harm him. Why? Because they have made an oath. It's not about the way you feel. It's not about what's happening in the moment. But it is in responsibility to protect the lives of white males that may not be able to protect their own lives. They may be coming at you with a knife or whatever, but you protect their lives. This is the oath that you made to your country. What black people don't understand is that these white police officers did not make an oath to us. They protect and they serve their communities. I have spoken with several black police officers. We even have police officers in the UPK. We got brothers like General Hazayan that will tell you about the culture of policing. That when they can take the shot, they expect even black officers to murder black men if they can. But these same black men are not allowed to murder white pedestrians. While white people are the most violent people in America, statistics show it. Pull me up crime table 67. Let's get that and we're going to go head out. What time is it? It's 8:56. If you can get me that real quick. If not, if you can get it real quick. Crime table, FBI crime table 67. It'll show you that white people are 5 times more violent than black people in this country. But yet and still, they are handled with care. And the reason why is because they have taken an oath to take care of their people. We are not their people. We have never understood that the Constitution never applied to us. There was 3 amendments that applied to us. 3 that applied to us. And this was after the Emancipation Proclamation, which tells us, what is it, the 13th Amendment, which tells us that we can't be enslaved unless we are duly convicted of a crime. Well, in order to get us to be duly convicted of a crime, you need aggressive policing. You need doping black people's communities. You need ghettos. You need 50% unemployment. You need black people unable to get fair loans for a business. You can get a car loan, but you cannot get a business loan in order to turn that loan into profit and property and life. Can't do it. Koreans can do it, Chinese can do it, whites can do it, but black people cannot, not only not survive, but cannot get make a profit off of business in our own community. Why? Because our enemies run the community. Which is why policing in itself is a small piece of the puzzle, and we have to understand love. And until we love strictly and personally each other, we're gonna die like we've been dying. I passed the class over to precinct officer Isupkbmore. What time?
8:59.
8 what?
59.
Security announcements. We the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in Hebrew and is pronounced Mayashra. 10% of every penny of the increase of the increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, just as a reminder, the Passover has not been canceled. We just waiting on word from Commanding General Yohana. As far as with these, the coronavirus and whatnot, you feel me? So just keep in touch with your, the head of your city or the head of your state, you understand, and we'll be hearing something as it comes up. Remind Akim and I want them to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the teacher. For the Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi Barak. So, which means turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi Barak, Yahweh Shabbat, Hashem Yahushua. Gave it up. Class dismissed.
ISUPK. ISUPK.